Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder, and I have another Reddit AITA story for you. Am I the Thunderhole for giving my stay-at-home mom wife a written performance review with suggested areas needing improvement? That sounds dangerous. I, 33 male, share one child, 6 female, with my wife, 36 female. She has another daughter, 13 female, that lives with us full time. We also have custody of our niece, 15 female. The teens are each other's best friends. They share a large bedroom, which was done at their request. The dynamic here is pretty much mom and youngest against the teens, with me being the referee between everyone. Oh, lovely. My wife has taught the youngest she can blame others for her actions to avoid consequences. She just says the word, one of the teens will get punished without question. There's no doubt she's my wife's favorite. I love her, but she's becoming nothing more than an entitled brat. As just a mere example, my wife and I had an appointment we both needed to attend. When we came back, it was apparent the pool had been used. They're not allowed to swim while we aren't home. As the youngest divulged,
"Mommy, I was in my room coloring. I never went swimming."
The teens said that was not true. She had gone swimming as well. Only the teens were punished. My wife refused to give the youngest any type of consequence. I later found her wet swimming suit hidden in the garage. My wife and I argued. I felt strongly she needed to not only be punished for swimming, but also for lying. After a relentless disagreement, I was silenced as she gave the youngest a very minimal consequence. The lying, blaming, and favoritism ultimately caused the teens to act out, understandably. Most of their consequences are done by giving more chores, specifically the chores the 6-year-old has. Or as recent, they were removed from music lessons as a consequence. I believe they're so frustrated they don't even care when they verbally attack their mother after her unfair treatment towards them. After all, they already got blamed and punished for things they don't even do. From my perspective, lashing out gives them a release. We've had countless tiring arguments. She'd either not see her faults or we'd agree to do this and that, but it never actually got done. I decided to write her a performance review as a stay-at-home mom. Her areas in need of improvement, well, it was a lot, but I touched on how she needs to listen better, stop being biased, be fair in all her decisions, stop making rash decisions without taking all 3 kids into consideration. I recommended her to give each child the same amount of one-on-one alone time to speak, or just be with one another. So it wouldn't entirely be a slap to her face, I gave her accolades on her strong points for other areas aside from parenting. I guess I felt this would work best because I could organize my thoughts on paper without her interjecting. However, it quickly backfired in my face. Oh, this is shocking. I can't imagine that happening. She was quiet the first hour after I handed it to her. Oh, you just handed it to her? You didn't even sit down and go over it? Okay. Typically, in a performance review, it would be something that you would be going over together. So interesting. She was quiet the first hour after I handed it to her. Then she completely exploded on me. Said if we're going to do this type of shit, she'll get a private bank account and take half my paycheck every week. She further said the review was abusive and a manipulative, sexist move. Am I the Thunderhole? This is an ESH. Everyone sucks here, man. I don't think anybody's handling anything well. Seems like there's a lot of solution paths in play here. You know what I mean? Nope, me neither. A note. Giving your significant other a performance review is probably the swiftest way to get kicked in the balls, or the whatever you have. Bad idea. Maybe if you have that thought, nope, just don't do it. I was gonna say, run those kind of ideas past other people before you do them, because if it seems like a gamble, it probably is. I think everyone on this planet could have told you that plan was gonna backfire and it was a bad idea, but you went ahead and did it anyway. Yes, there are obvious issues here with how she sees the 6-year-old as the golden child who can do no wrong, and the 6-year-old is already abusing this power by framing the teens, who in turn get punished by getting her chores. So why wouldn't she frame them? She's got this beautiful ecosystem here that just rewards her for being malicious. That's a broken system. But the biggest problem that I see here is that you are approaching your wife in a here's what you're doing wrong, and sandwiching it with here's what you're doing well still doesn't work. You're supposed to be a team, and if you want to improve upon something at home as a team, the conversation needs to be something like, I feel like we need to do a better job of X, or I feel like we really need to get a handle on this. What can we do to address this? I'm feeling like this is happening. What can we do, or what can I do to help remedy that situation? See where I'm going with this? You, instead of presenting yourself as a team player, came in like you were a coach. And I don't think anybody in a relationship wants to be coached by their partner. I think they want to be supported by their partner. I think if you came in with some kind of solution in hand ready, that would have gone much better. But instead, you're just like, I think you're doing well in these areas, but you really suck at this, brozo. You silly silly brozo. Yes, you're on the ascon scale. Let's figure out where you are. For those of you who aren't familiar, the ascon scale here is our levels of assholery. So ascon 1 is the worst, ascon 4 is the least amount of asshole. Ascon 1 is there's no way you should have done that, you're a terrible human being. Ascon 2 is you definitely shouldn't have done that, but it doesn't make you a terrible person. Ascon 3 is you probably should have approached that differently, and ascon 4 is you probably could have approached that differently. Maybe you're an asshole, maybe you're not. And I think you, sir, are in this territory. I think you're an ascon too, because you definitely should not have done that, but I don't think that it makes you a terrible person. I think you thought you were doing the right thing. It was just a brozo move. Now, again, everybody sucks in this story, and you thought you were trying to help. Seems like you're the only one trying to help right now, so either everyone else is at an ascon 2 right along with you, or worse. So it kind of feels like everybody's stuck on ascon 2. I don't think you're terrible people. I don't know, your 6-year-old kind of sounds like she's heading in a demonic direction, but she's been taught to manipulate, so that's kind of your guys' fault. So everyone's an ascon too in my book here, but let me know what you guys think. This is an interesting one. This one is a Reddit story, but it was reposted over on the Dusty Thunder subreddit, which you definitely should go join in on. There's lots of fun there, and there's going to be more fun there every day. So go check it out. Let me know what you think about this story. I'm thinking OP, who is the dad, is ascon 2. I think the mom's at least an ascon 2 as well. I think the 6-year-old, if a 6-year-old can be on the ascon scale, she's there. The teens, although they are understandably frustrated, have just reached the F it point. So they've placed themselves on the ascon scale because they're so frustrated. They're just saying F it to everything and diving into battle. So everyone, it's a whole family of sucks. What do you think? Sorry, man, I'm struggling right now. Why is talking so hard tonight, man? It's like I left my brain at home and I just drove here with just my mouth and my eyeballs. And there's nothing to process anything in between them. I'm sorry. Let's figure out where you live on the ascon scale.